Welcome back, Geeks Reborn fans. This is Josh, and as you may recall in our last video, John and I were outside the theater. We were getting ready to watch Star Wars Rogue One, and we were watching it in a 4D theater. And we were promising to go on YouTube Live right after, which we did. However, that movie did not that video that we did, our review did not get captured on YouTube and didn't get uploaded. So unfortunately, that got lost, or it might have been stolen by the dark side. Either way, John and I had the same sentiments regarding the film, and I just want to express some of those now, some of our thoughts. Uh, as it was, we both agree, a spectacular film. So, Star Wars Rogue One, just a little backstory. You really don't need to be a Star Wars fan to watch this movie. It's a standalone movie. It does. It's a great movie to get you introduced into the Star Wars uh, universe because of the fact that in Star Wars New Hope, in the opening crawl, the text says that the plans to the Death Star were stolen by the rebels. And as you will recall, Princess Leia was putting those plans into R2D2. And that's where all the fun began with Darth Vader on the search for the droids who have, that master plan to the Death Star and its major weakness. So, that's all you need to know about Rogue One is that it's the mission to get the plan to the Death Star. And what a mission it is. It's a spectacular film. This movie has great war scenes. And, there was a lot of talk about Disney doing reshoots, trying to make the film little less war and a little more cheery, which they might have done so. I think with maybe a little more story time given to the droid, a little more mentor with the droid, with KS 220, played by Alan Tudyk. He was in Firefly, which he did a great job in Firefly, and he does a spectacular job here. He actually steals the show, and so, and so it was a great, you know, introduction to these great characters, which we may never see again. We know we're never going to see again because of the fact that they are characters in a standalone film. And as we know, in the movie we watched last year, The Force Awakens, that is not a prequel. That is a story which is a sequel. It's a sequel and it's after the fact. So we're going to continue with that story onwards. But what a great story this was. This was a great standalone film. It was a Star Wars movie. So finally we got to see the war in Star Wars. And, Donnie Yen, he was great as a blind Jedi who he felt the Force in him. And he had his own vision of the Force. He brought more more subject matter to the Force. He explained it a little bit better. I like the fact that we have even Forrest Whitaker doing a great job. We have overall a superb cast. Diego Luna, and it's just one after another. And so when the war actually does happen, it's gonna blow your breath away. Without spoiling anything, John and I watched it in a 4D cinema, and the 4D cinema was amazing. We were just moving left and right, up and down. We, like when the plane was crashing, you'd feel the wind, water was flying from the sky. It was pretty great. So if you have a chance to see that in your city, please do. We had to get those in advance. Opening day, I had to buy those in advance, and they were already almost sold out. but well worth it. And so, with the movie itself, it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's not too long. It's just perfect. And, excuse me. And with the actual ending, when you get to the ending of this movie, you're going to be wishing there was more. Okay? Let's just say Darth Vader has his most badass role, his most badass scene in movie history. And it's just something else. Like, people were just yelling and screaming at the actual screen, and everyone was in shock. I was just like, what? No, what? It was quite incredible, and I would say just those last like 3-4 minutes made the film itself. Even if you're not liking the film, even if you're like, okay, maybe this is a 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, just watch those last 4 minutes. It's gonna bump it right up to there till 9.5. So glad to see this vision of Gareth Edwards. Kind of a little sad that with movies lately, directors are losing their control and their vision of movies, where studios are hiring other directors and writers to rewrite specific scenes, or just even in the case of like the Suicide Squad and Fantastic Four, where they just redo the entire movie, and that's usually to the detriment of the movie. Here, I think it might have worked out. Maybe it worked out because it's more commercially viable. Me, myself, I would have loved an even darker war movie, something like The Empire Strikes Back. It probably would have exceeded The Empire Strikes Back if I would have been able to see Gareth Edwards' original version. But, this is I gotta be glad that I'm even getting to see Disney rolling out a Star Wars movie every year. So, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everyone. Go out and watch the movie, watch it a second time, watch it a third time, and may the Force be with you and also with you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Geeks Reborn. Thank you.